Now I want to talk about flashcard mode and reviewing your verses and changing some settings so that things work differently. So first of all, I'm already in my do box. And so to do them all, I have 3 to memorize. And so I'm going to use this review button at the bottom. Now it shows me the first, so this is the default. It'll show you the translation you're using, it'll show you the reference, it'll show you the topic, and it'll show you the label. And I don't want to see that label always, especially when it just says cookies. And I also don't want to see the topic right away. I want that topic to only, I don't want that hint right away. I want that hint to appear only if I need it. So let's get out of flashcard mode. And then I'm going to go into this menu option, the hamburger, some people call it, and then click on this account. And this is where you could change the name of your account. You can say what language you want to do in. Let's just talk about these as we go. This daily goal, that's a goal of how many words to review per day, especially if you start to have a lot of verses. I have mine set at 125 in case I have like 12 verses on a day. It'll tell me once I've reached 125 verses, and I'll just leave some of them for the next day. This next one here, this review frequency, by default it's set to normal. You can change that though. If you change it to often, instead of 1 day, then 2 days, then 4 days, then 8 days, then 16 days, it'll be more like 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, it'll be a little bit more often. And then very often is like the first 3 days is going to come every day, and then every 2 days for a while, and then every 3 days. So that's how, if the normal is not enough, change it to often, and then they'll pop up for review more frequently. The interval limit, this is how long it'll go before it automatically makes you review. So this is kind of the upper limit. Like if you have it on normal, it's 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, blah, 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 64, 128. So let's say once you know it, you only want it once every year. You could change this interval to 365, and then it'll never let any verse go longer than 1 year without you reviewing it. The inverse flashcards, I'll show you that when you're in the known box. There's something cool you can do to help you memorize references, and this tells you how many flashcards it shows you. The default is 7. But this now is the one, this is the key that I wanted to include reference in learning. I have that on because then when I'm practicing, it makes me do the reference, and it does something interesting. We're not going to learning by topic. I would leave that off, and then the font style, you could change that if you want. But this include reference in learning. If this one is set to be on, and then of course we have to save to exit out of here. Now, if I go back into flashcard mode, notice now it does not show me the topic and the label anymore. It just shows me the reference and the thing. I don't know why that controls it, but now I'm going to press and hold on my flashcard, and now it shows me the topic. So I can try doing it without the topic first, and then if I press and hold again, it shows me the label, which I'm going to show you how to get rid of if you don't want that. And then if I press and hold again, it shows me the first 3 words of the verse. And then if that's still not enough, I can use this option at the bottom to show me 1 line at a time. But hopefully that should be enough to jog your memory. And so then you can use your microphone to speak it, turn it over, and see if you said it right. All right, but how do we, sorry about that. How do we get rid of these labels here? I want to get rid of all of those cookies labels. And so here I want to show you something else. Right now we're seeing these boxes, all 3 of them at once, but I can use this eyeball to change what I view. So I'm going to click on that eyeball, and now you could choose either to see only certain parts, or I'm going to change this boxes on to be boxes off. And now you can see I have all the verses at once. And so now I'm going to select them. I'm selecting some of them. If I want to get all of them, I can use this button at the top to select all of them. And now this icon here means the label. And so labels can be helpful if you want to group things into collections, into sets. I have this label. I want this label off. And so I'm going to click on this thing here until the label is shown as off, and then I will click the Save button. And now all of those labels are gone. So if that's helpful to you, but make sure if you want your boxes back, go back onto the eyeball and then turn those boxes back on so that you can see your different boxes again.